Hey guys, you ready for a Nestle Crunch Bar that is good for you, low calorie, good in fat? We're gonna make them now. Hey guys, Spencer here with Trash Panda Keto Kitchen. Today we're going to be making something that I think is absolutely fantastic, Nestle Crunch Bars. Now we got this recipe off of Black Sheep Keto. I'm going to include his website down below. He is the only one so far that I have found in all of my research that actually makes shelf-stable chocolate. Now you're going to find a lot of fat bombs out there, and one of the things that's kind of unique about them is they all use coconut oils, butters, other types of lard oils. And the thing that I could never get was that when you get done making them, they're always going to melt in your hands. This is the first one that I have found that actually I can look at and it doesn't melt in your hand. It's actually shelf stable. It's good to go. And I tell you, you can sit here, you can put them in your purse, you can put them in your backpack. You can take them to work, put them in your desk if you're going back to work already. And they're absolutely fantastic to have. We're going to use his recipe for the chocolate, and then SeriousKeto.com is another one that we ran across, and that's kind of where we got the idea. He uses something called protein puffs. Now these protein puffs from ProMix you can get off of Amazon, and we'll include the link down below. But we're going to combine the two, and we are going to make what I like to call my Nestle Crack Bars. This, along with some natural or organic peanut butter, I tell you, if you've got a sweet tooth going, it is the best thing in the world, and we're going to make them right now. Hey guys, welcome back. So this is going to be our setup for the, as I call them, the Nestle Crunch Crack Bars. Now it's really only 4 ingredients. We're going to include a 5th ingredient, which is the liquid stevia, but it's real simple, guys. You need 70 grams of cacao butter. The cacao butter is something you can find online. You can find it in a lot of grocery stores. Take a look for this, and we're going to explain a little bit more at the end of the video on why we want to use that. We're going to use 30 grams of unsweet cacao powder. We're going to use 25 grams of Swerve Confectioner. Now, if you don't have the Swerve Confectioner, you can use the granulated. Put it in a blender. He says pulse it a little bit, and it'll come out. I've not done it that way, but I've not had a problem finding the Swerve Confectioner. And then we're going to use we're going to use a half a cup of the protein mix. Now, I'm telling you, some people, because it does contain a little bit of milk, will talk about that not being a very great keto product. But I'll tell you, the trace amounts that you're going to get out of this is really nothing. The last thing you're going to need, and I'll tell you, we picked this up at Bed Bath & Beyond. It's about a $20 scale. Do yourself a favor, invest in a scale that reads both ounces and grams. I use this thing every day, and it's definitely something you're going to want to use. So let's go ahead and get our cacao butter melted down, and then we'll be right back. Okay guys, welcome back. So we've got our cacao butter melted down. That is our 70 grams. Now I want to show you really how quick and easy this is to put together. We will go ahead and we're going to put in our 30 grams of unsweet cacao butter or cocoa butter. You can use Hershey's. I use just a generic brand. It's just as easy. We're going to whisk that around a little bit. From there, we're going to go ahead and put in our Swerve, 25 grams of Swerve. Get that mixed up a little bit. And you can tell this is already kind of a creamy mixture going on. And then we're going to talk about at the end of the video what I really like about this. Super inexpensive to make, a lot easier than any other recipe that I've seen. So Black Sheep Keto, man, you nailed this one. It is absolutely one of my favorites. And then the last thing we're going to throw in, we're going to throw in something from the idea from Serious Keto, which is the powder puffs or the protein puffs. Now you're going to want to take a spoon, go ahead and get those mixed up. Ladies and gentlemen, you have your mixture for the Nestle Crack Bars. So this recipe in particular, I like to make them a little bit thick. Now I've made them a couple different ways, but all you're going to do now, you can let this set. He does say though that if you let it set, be careful because there is a point that you can miss and that it actually hardens up on you a little bit too quick. I've not done that. I just go straight from the mixture and I throw it in. So let's go ahead and put in our 8 servings. ladies and gentlemen, that's it. We now have our crack bars that we can go ahead and put in. So you can tell patience is definitely not one of my virtues. It does get a little sloppy around the sides, but that's okay. This is all going to harden up pretty good. They're going to be nice thick bars and definitely going to mix really good with some peanut butter. But this is what your final mixture is going to end up being like. That's it, guys. Stick around for some real talk. Hey guys, welcome back to the real talk portion of this video. Now remember, real talk, real people, real keto. That's what we're all about on this channel. And so one of the things I really wanted to talk about was this is the final product. This is what we were going for. This is our crack bars with the with some organic, fresh crushed peanut butter you can pick up at almost any grocery store. I'll tell you, if you're really looking for something that is going to satisfy that sweet tooth that you got going on, man, this is it. Do yourself a favor. The bars that we end up making are thick. I will tell you that a lot of nights after dinner, I will get a tablespoon, maybe 2 tablespoons of peanut butter, the organic raw peanut butter, add a little bit of salt on it, and it gives it a good salty taste. It's about the closest thing that I have found to a candy bar that is actually something that I used to know, and it's something that's absolutely fantastic. What I like the most about this recipe, man, he's nailed this one, guys. What's really cool about it is he uses the cacao butter. I had never used this stuff before. It is what makes that bar shelf stable, meaning that it won't melt in your hand. I have gone through about 4 or 5 different fat bombs that I found on YouTube. They all tasted pretty decent, and I'm going to try some more, but I'm going to utilize this chocolate. A lot of the ones you're going to find are going to require you to melt down chocolate chips, Lily's chocolate chips. At $7 a bag, man, that gets expensive. This stuff, for 1 tablespoon, it's 13 grams. Remember, we talked about getting a scale, and we use 70 grams of this. And so it's equal to, let's call it 4 servings. And for each serving, you're talking about 13 grams of fat on this, but you're also looking at 0 carbs. This is what we want. This is a primary fantastic piece of ingredient that you can definitely put into your arsenal. The second part of it is he uses the cocoa powder, the unsweetened cocoa powder. That's what he's replacing the Lily's chocolate chips with, which I just use something very simple. I use the Simple Truth Organic Dutch Cocoa Powder, unsweetened. You can get it about anywhere. It really replaces that chocolate, the Lily's chocolate chips, and it makes it a lot better. So reach for this when you're going for it, guys. You know, everybody's going to get that sweet tooth every now and then. And I'll tell you, having something like this in the pantry, man, it absolutely works out. And it absolutely, you find that you get done working in the yard, or you get done washing the car, or you get done doing something, and you get that sweet tooth that you really want something. And we've made the ice cream, we've made the gummy bears. Now we've kind of gone to this, and I'll tell you, out of all the ones, this is probably my favorite, and it's really a lot because I get the peanut butter with it, which is extra fat. I get the cacao butter, which is extra fat. I got my bulletproof coffee in the morning, which I made a video about. It's a little bit extra fat. So now we start talking about how we do our building blocks to make sure we're hitting all of our fat goals. I can tell you at the end of the day, I can have one of these, and it's going to absolutely put me right to where I need to be. And I know I'm not going over on my fats, which is always a big concern. Remember, you don't want to fill your body with a bunch of unnecessary fats or unhealthy fats. It's about how you kind of get to your fat mixture, whether that be through avocados or another plant-based form or of meats. But hey guys, I'm so glad you're here. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. Make sure you like the video, and make sure you share it. We're all in this together. And I'm hoping that these real talks at the end are kind of resonate with a few of you that have had questions about, can I do this diet? I can tell you guys that I know it can be a struggle at times. You're going to run across, you're going to fall, you're going to fail at times, you're going to cheat at times and get something that you're not supposed to have, and you're going to kind of feel bad about it. Don't feel bad about it. It's a journey to get into that part of keto. But I can tell you, once you get into it, you won't regret it. And it's something that, as long as you're finding these kind of recipes, you're going to be able to knock down a lot of those things that you used to eat. So Make sure you hit the subscribe. Make sure you hit the like. I'm happy for each and every one of you that's following this journey. Make sure you subscribe, and we'll see you next time, guys. Appreciate it.